You're listening to How I Met Your Monster, a podcast that explores the introductions to your favorite movie monsters. My name's Zach.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Casey.
And together we dive into the world of horror to find out how filmmakers have introduced us to our favorite monsters time and time again. This is How I Met Your Monster.
Boss, you opened it. We came.
I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left.
Explorers in the further regions of experience. Demons to some, angels to others.
Call you Meatloaf Jack! Surprise, Sydney.
Welcome to How I Met Your Monster, the show where we discuss the introductions to your favorite movie monsters. If you are not already subscribed to the show, find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you find your podcasts. And if you want to stay up to date in the horror world, make sure to subscribe to Fangoria, because it's just simply the best horror news around.
Simply the best.
Simply the best.
Simply the best. And they come out with the best quality. They come out with the highest quality issues.
No, you're right. It's the best, highest
4 times
quality.
a year. So go to fangoria.com, grab a subscription and any other merchandise you'd like, and enter promo code How I Met Your Monster at checkout, and you'll get 20% off. So pause the show, go do that. But today we are starting our newest triple feature, and it is all about workplace hazards.
Occupational hazards.
Occupational hazards. Yes, occupational hazards. Everybody in these next 3 movies will be taking a job of some kind that turns out to be not what they expected. And that happens a lot in today's workplace.
Yep. It's the epitome of the toxic workplace.
Yeah.
You think you hate your boss. Just wait until you see what these guys.
Just wait till you meet the devil.
Let's see what he's got cooking.
What's wrong with the devil?
No kink shaming and no religion.
No, really. What's wrong with the devil? Yeah.
I don't know, really.
But today we are talking about the 2009 Ty West movie, House of the Devil. The House of the Devil. Not to be confused with the 1896 House of the Devil by...
George Méliès? George Méliès?
George Méliès?
Méliès? George Méliès?
I don't know. It was 1896.
And the movie was 3 minutes long.
He's French.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
He was like, cut.
Well, no.
And then that also doubled as, that's a wrap.
Movies in 1896.
Just one shot.
Isn't it interesting, though, that like, I don't want to say that it's necessarily a twist, but the first time I watched this movie, I definitely didn't put 2 and 2 together that the title of the film is The House of the Devil.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, she's in the devil's house. I didn't even think about that. I just thought that they meant, like, something devilish is going on here.
Something house-ish is happening here.
You know?
Was it the House of the Devil, or could anybody have...
Well, sure, but I did not think that the devil was in that house.
Yeah, but was he?
I mean, I guess not. Never mind.
Well, Mr. Ullman, or it might be Mrs. Ullman, but they specifically say that they're like, we just...
It was Tracy Ullman, actually. It was Tracy Ullman. Yes.
So Tracy Ullman has this whole bit, and she comes on, and it's a whole character. No, they, one of them says that they should feel so lucky, Sam and Greta Gerwig should feel so lucky to be living in this town because it has like the best view of the lunar eclipse. Mm-hmm. So clearly they moved in for this house. So maybe it wasn't necessarily the house itself, but it was the location on which it was built, which is like, gives them like direct access to the lunar eclipse to kind of benefit them for their sacrifice to bring forth the devil. So in a way, it's like the house with the best elevator down to hell, with the elevator.
Oh, but what about this? So she rents that house in the beginning from Dee Wallace, right? Mm-hmm. From actual Dee Wallace.
Horror Mother Dee Wallace.
Yeah, Dee Wallace as the landlady.
And maybe that's the house of the devil, because she will move in and she will have the baby.
Oh, shut the front door,
That's
man.
It's funny because I had not seen this movie in years, and I was thrown off that there's such an emphasis on her getting her new apartment in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of like, oh, what's going on here? Oh, Dee Wallace must be, the villain here or something.
Mm.
But no. So either they were just kind of throwing us off, or to your point, it was kind of like a double, triple throwing us off, because that's where the devil
It's also
will be
the reason
raised.
that she needs all the money.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let me briefly tell you what IMDb says this movie is about.
What are they saying?
The synopsis for The House of the Devil, according to IMDb: in 1983, financially struggling college student Samantha Hughes takes a strange babysitting job that coincides with a full lunar eclipse. She slowly realizes her clients harbor a terrifying secret, putting her life in mortal danger. That's pretty accurate, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Ty West. Let's talk about Ty West for a second.
talk about him. Our good old
Because
Ty West.
we've mentioned this before, but he is probably like the best director currently that we know of.
That we're willing to talk about.
That we're willing to talk about.
Whose film we are covering at this moment.
Yes.
Yeah. Whose first name is Ty.
He is so good at creating like an environment and an aesthetic of a certain time period.
Yeah.
He did it with this. He did it with X. He did it with Pearl. And he's about to do it with Maxine pretty soon.
Yeah. Yeah. You really feel like you're watching a movie of that time and not just watching a movie that is depicting that time, or trying maybe a little too hard, playing into some of the kind of aesthetic tropes or trademarks. It just actually looks very organic.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
when I watched this movie for the first time, like, I just wasn't super familiar with any of the actors in it. You know what I mean? So I couldn't put them.
Mm-hmm.
But like with X, I mean, Jenna Ortega and
Kid
is it Brittany
Cudi.
Snow?
Kid Cudi, yeah.
Yeah, Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brittany Snow and stuff, who all are obviously
Mia Goth.
Yeah, but I don't even know if before I had seen X that I really knew who Mia Goth was.
Oh, okay.
But
I did not. Yeah. X was the first thing I was introduced to her through X.
Yeah.
I had seen her in something.
I think that if
was.
there would have been more people that I wasn't familiar with in X, it may have felt a little bit more. But like this movie, the first time I watched it, if I didn't know when it was made, I wouldn't have even thought.
Right.
I would have just thought it was made in the 80s.
And if you had never seen Last Action Hero with Tom Noonan.
Yes, yeah, I
As
don't
the
even
Ripper.
remember that movie.
Man, that was a fun movie. Oh, so there's a bit in this movie with like pizza, right?
Mm.
Later in the movie, she eats the pizza and it like clearly there was something it was tampered with, because she kind of like passes out later. And earlier in the movie, when she's eating at the restaurant with Megan, played by Greta Gerwig, Megan has like this face and she's like, the pizza tastes funny.
But it
and
looks
she's
so
like,
good.
It does.
Oh, it looks so good.
That
and then
whole
I'm thinking
pizza
like,
shop looked amazing.
Yeah.
and then I'm thinking like, okay, there can't be like a connection, because why would they poison that pizza or do whatever? You know what I mean? But then I'm thinking like Ty West he's such a good writer. Like he wouldn't put that in there for
no reason.
I think it was seeds of doubt. I think it was set it up that the pizza isn't great, so that when she does eat it,
okay.
you maybe wouldn't stop to think like, oh, someone tampered with this? Someone put something in it. It's like, no, she kind of established that it was gross from the get-go.
But they haven't had good pizza.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
God damn
makes
it. I
sense.
want pizza.
Okay.
to be more
Makes
willing
sense.
to. I know, me too. This movie made me want to be. I don't think there is anything better than being around that age, like teenager or whatever, in college, high school, and having the house to yourself, ordering a pizza to yourself, watching a horror movie. That's one of the things about this movie that I love so much, is honestly just the whole atmosphere, because it is such a slow burn, things happen, like things are developing, But
I know why you connect with it, because it's like that time that you were dancing around your apartment and you knocked over that vase.
I mean, when haven't I done that?
Right.
But yeah, it's such a familiar setting that
You've spent so much money on vases to replace them.
I know. Oh, damn it. Just knocked one over again.
With that big, juicy booty.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
You just knock him over with your big, juicy dick. Is that what you thought I was going to say?
Danny, stop spinning around your room.
my wiener keeps not breaking everything.
Danny, look left. Danny, look right.
Oh, God.
Danny.
Would homeowners insurance cover all the damage that just happened just now?
It depends on your coverage.
It covers giant.
Oh, he's got
juicy
coverage.
penises.
Okay, the House of the Devil.
So are you guys ready to meet our monster? Well, here's a question. Before we meet our monster, who is the monster? Is it the almonds or is it the devil?
Well, it's certainly not the devil. Don't you dare pin this on him.
Okay.
I feel like it's the almonds because the devil wouldn't have any shot at coming back were it not for them.
Right. Maybe the devil didn't even want to come back. The almonds were just like...
Yeah, he's like, as a baby, like I'm like
It's like,
living
what the fuck?
the life down here. I'm literally a king. I have to start over as a fucking human
As a baby?
in this apartment. Well, I guess we could ask in Rosemary's Baby, who's the villain in that? Is it the devil or is it the who's
what's their name? The
Well, there is Mia Farrow who plays Rosemary Baby. And then there
Rosemary, baby, come
The
on.
Castavets.
The Castavets.
Castavets.
Yeah.
And Rosemary's Woodhouse, right? Guy and Rosemary Woodhouse.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good
Okay.
question.
So it's the almonds. I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's meet them.
Do you guys see this flyer for a babysitter position? Should we all call and try to get the job and split the money, split the 50 bucks?
I was really like intrigued by the amount of information that was on the flyer. That's what drew me to it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
the phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
all
I'm
I
not,
needed.
That's when you know it's legit.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like a fan of like children, so I'll pass. But you guys go ahead.
Okay.
Well, Casey, you would have loved it. If Casey was like desperate for cash and she took it and they were like, to be honest, there's no kid.
Yeah.
My mother, you'd be like, perfect.
Great.
I'll
I'll
actually
be down
work
here.
for less.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can cut my pay. I'm just happy to be here.
She does the little, she's like, he's like so excited. Like he probably left Samantha the pizza money to like entice her to stay. He's like, I'll give you money for pizza. But like Casey just agrees to stay. And so he's like, he doesn't offer.
I don't
and she
even have
does.
to.
This is a stupid bit. I don't even know why I'm saying this, but whatever. Casey does the Home Alone 2 thing when when Rob Schneider's asking for a tip. And Vincent Ullman is like, he like takes out gum and sticks it in her fingers. Oh my god!
I don't remember.
Rob Schneider's looking for a tip and he's rubbing his fingers together.
Oh, he takes it.
He
Okay.
gives him gum.
You were, yeah. Okay.
I went deep into Home Alone 2.
You have to really know Home Alone 2 lore to get this reference.
Yes. Oh man. Okay, so our monsters are the almonds, Vincent and it's another V, Vivian. Vincent and Vivian Ullman.
And I think Victor is the son, right?
Oh, that's a good. I just called him Pizza Boy.
No, that's his name is Pizza Boy, but his nickname is Victor.
It's Bob. He had a baby. It's a pizza boy.
Oh my God.
Wow.
This is what happens when we record. It's a Monday, right? I was about to say, this is what happens when you record on Monday, but I genuinely didn't know what day it was.
I wonder if he is actually a pizza delivery man. Well, he'd have to be. He'd have to work there. Because how would he know that she ordered a pizza?
Unless, well, wait, doesn't she call the pizza place again and the phone line's dead? Like they called a fake.
Did Vincent leave her a number for pizza on the refrigerator?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that was a different.
He doubles down on it like 3 times.
Right.
He's like, there's
call pizza.
Cash in the thing. There's a number for the pizza.
Yeah.
And then he says it again. He's like, oh, I said that already. And then as he's walking out the door, he's like, by the way, pizza on the fridge.
Yeah.
That's so good. I didn't even pick up on why he was doing that.
Oh.
That's awesome.
And I like that too, because you see how desperate the Ullmans are to kind of set everything in place for Sam to make sure the night goes according to plan. But they kind of present themselves as, and I guess they are to a point, but like being sort of very almost prestigious and together and very like, you know, fancy pants.
Like the Castavets?
But really they're kind of like the Castavets. Yeah. But they're kind of like actually hot messes. Like they're so anxious and everything's kind of messy. And
Danny,
it's all
they're
to the
getting
last
ready
second.
to impregnate this girl with the devil.
That's
Of
true.
course they're anxious.
Yeah. And they have like this one chance because of the lunar eclipse.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first time that we meet them in the story is basically on the phone. You kind of hear him, but you don't see him because he never shows up when he says he's going to. He stands her up. And then when you do see him, so when they open the door, which I thought was really cool, they go to the house, they open the door, and you don't see him, but you see their reactions to him. And he's like tall, and they're like, oh, okay.
And the hand on the cane.
Do you see the hand on the cane right away?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. But then they go in the house and then he kind of like steps out to like reveal himself to the camera. But, So to bring us to that point when they meet Vincent Ullman for the first time, let's go back to the beginning when Samantha, our main character, is looking for a place to live. And she finds a nice little house. I don't know if she gets the whole house or just what do you guys think? Is it the whole house?
No,
I think it's a floor, maybe.
Yeah, I
just
thought
the
it was
first floor.
Yeah.
And she rents it from D. Wallace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Pretty fantastic. Is that only the second D. Wallace movie we've done?
This and Cujo.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't done E.T. yet.
Cujo.
Or The Howling.
Cujo came out in 1983, which is the year that this movie takes place.
Oh.
Do you think she's playing the same character?
You guys.
I knew that's what was going to happen when I said it.
You guys.
Oh my God. We haven't gone here in a while.
It is time for the How I Met Your Monster conspiracy theory of the week.
Hit it!
You're telling me that NASA is going to kill the President of the United States with an earthquake.
Not exactly the kind of thing a Secret Service agent can, like, just throw himself on top of.
The whole Vietnam War was fought over a bet. Howard Hughes lost to Aristotle Onassis.
So third issue this year, conspiracy theory.
But she's 25 years older.
That's because this then definitely takes place after Cujo, because she is like worn and weathered.
Yeah, it aged her. That whole event aged her 27 years.
Marriage gets fixed. Kid is fine. So all of that weathering and trauma comes specifically from her dog fight, her fight with Cujo.
Mm-hmm. And now that's where she's going in House of the Devil. That's where she's like kind of getting to her car like she's got to go. It's because she needs to get to a dog fight. Now she fights dogs.
And now she's obsessed with them.
Yeah.
She can't.
She doesn't fight the dogs, but she like, you know what I'm talking about, like
she's like
who's that football player that fucking got in trouble for fighting dogs? What was his name? Michael Vick.
I was gonna say, I knew it was Michael something.
Yeah, she doesn't fight the dogs. She just runs like a dog fighting.
But
ring.
her dog fights are dog versus human.
Oh.
Yeah. The only weapon you have against the dog is like an old broken down car.
It's like Surviving the Game with Ice-T, where he's like homeless and they pick him up off the street and they're like, we need a guide for this wilderness, for this hunting trip. Can you come do it? And then he's like, yeah, they're like, we'll give you all this money. And he's like, yeah, I'll do it. And he gets there, and then Rutger Hauer and Gary Busey and all those guys, they hunt him.
Oh my God.
He's the
Jesus.
So that's what she does. She finds like people who are down on their luck, and she's like, I'll give you all this money.
Do you like dogs by any chance?
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't love a dog? You're like, come with me.
Okay, so dog fighting Dee Wallace rents this apartment to Samantha, but Samantha really needs some money. So she takes a job off a flyer that she sees for a babysitting job. And on that billboard, you can see like a thing about the lunar eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of neat, but then then it's like broadcast, like you clearly know that there's a lunar eclipse.
Right,
I thought it was.
They hear about it on the radio, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the sock on the door?
What?
What about that?
What about it? It means do not disturb.
Someone was knocking vases over with their penis.
or their butts.
Yeah.
If the houses are rocking, don't come a knocking.
If that vase is a crashing, don't come thrashing.
Yep. She's got that shitty roommate.
That's like such a trope.
Yeah.
Is that all? That's the only reason why she wanted to move out, right? She just didn't like her living conditions.
I think so.
I almost feel like they could have gone harder with how bad her home life was for her to want to have the independence and like willingness. Because I was thinking about, in this movie also reminds me a lot of Last Night in Soho, where she kind of has a similar situation where she needs to come up with enough money to have her own apartment.
Right.
Because she's in college and she hates her roommates. But those roommates are like, or that one roommate and her friends are just horrible, like the most vile people.
Sam just looks like she'd rather be alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the gist I get.
She's over it.
Yeah.
I do love that when Sam and Greta Gerwig are eating pizza and Sam is basically talking about how she needs the money. And Greta Gerwig is basically trying to talk her out of doing this job because it's so creepy. Greta Gerwig has actually a very significant character in this movie.
Yes.
Character? Yeah. Because at this point, she kind of calls it out.
Yep.
She says, could be a kid from hell.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, that's literally what it is.
Nice, yeah.
And then after that, she gets so irritated because she's such a good friend that Mr. Ullman doesn't meet up with Sam as planned and kind of stands her up, that she goes and rips down all the flyers just to fuck with him. And I was thinking, if she had actually done that, I don't know, if Sam had never taken the job and she ripped down the flyers, she could have, in a way, like basically saved the world just by doing that little stunt.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was kind of
she
funny.
wouldn't have taken the job still.
Yeah.
But instead, she kind of ruined the world.
Yeah.
She did.
In a way.
I think it's funny.
Greta?
Mm-hmm. Because she did take... Her name's Megan.
Meg.
Because she did take down all the flyers, and he had no choice but to call her back.
Son of a bitch.
Yep. Did you guys notice, too, when they were in the pizza shop that she says, I want to know everything, give me all the details, and Sam said it's not too big, and it was like they were talking about a dick.
Danny's?
No, Danny's is huge, remember?
It's not too big. It's not too big.
No, he's knocking things over. No. I don't know. I thought that was funny.
Because
but
it has a penis enlarger on it that keeps breaking things. I'm like, I can't get it off.
Danny, I'm not sure how conversations go with your male friends who are also gay, but that's like women are.
Oh yeah,
tell me all about it. And then when she said, "Well, it's not too big," I was like, "They're talking about the apartment," but it's like they're talking about it more.
So Samantha agrees to take this babysitting job, even though he stood her up the first time, and she takes it anyways because she needs the money. And she gets him to up the price by like
a lot.
She like quadruples it, I think.
$300. She adds like $300 to the price. I think.
I even think she ends on 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's not a bad night. $400.
And in 1983, that's the same as like $3 million,
right?
With inflation.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'll be good with that apartment.
All she had to do was just sit and watch TV.
Yeah.
That's it. Do you think that if she didn't order the pizza, they just would have like come down and got her?
Oh, yeah.
So that's a good question. Was there also something with the water?
Oh, I don't know.
They didn't put anything in the water, right? Because she was kind of like, I guess later she goes exploring and she sees the hair in the tub, but I don't know how that would affect like the sink.
Yeah.
But there's an emphasis on the water. Even the first time we're in their house, you see the water dripping. So I don't know if they were like covering their butts maybe with other options.
But how would they, like, she gets it out of the tap. It's 1983. Like, how would they have affected the water?
Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
but
you
man,
need water.
So to answer your question, yeah, she didn't eat the pizza. Maybe
You need water to put up fire.
Oh, that was kind of that's a stretch, Casey.
I know. Hey, welcome to my world.
So we've established that Megan is the reason all this happens.
Yep.
Unfortunately. But then she gets her head blown off by Pizza Boy
Yeah.
in like one of the greatest effects I've ever seen.
It's pretty great.
I had to rewind it like 4 times because it was just flawless.
Yeah. I love that there was just no hesitation.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
love
gosh.
the last thing he's like, wait, are you not the babysitter?
Are you the babysitter?
And then he just
no,
pulls the gun out.
my friend's a babysitter. I just dropped her off. Blam!
Yeah.
Blam!
So I wonder why he wouldn't have just like kidnapped her or something. So in case the other one didn't work
Yeah,
out.
saved her for like a backup in case. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest, maybe that's why Victor is the lackey and the stooge in this situation, because they don't trust him to make the real big decisions.
Vincent, like they don't get Samantha, and Vincent's like, where's the other one? Pizza Boy's like, about that.
Oh, she left town. She's gone. I flagged her down. I tried, but she was just she's
too quick. Yep. Oh man.
He's like, what about mom? There's mom. Does mom want to do it?
Speaking of mom, we meet Vivian Ullman in the house, who is kind of creepy.
Yeah. She tells Sam she's a godsend.
Oh.
She also says that it's too cold for her.
She does. She says, I just can't.
She likes the heat.
She says, I just can't get used to this cold weather. I like the heat. You're like,
dude,
you're talking about the underworld, aren't you?
You're talking about hell.
You're talking about moving south.
You're talking about
and
hell.
we ain't talking Texas.
Fiery
The
depths.
deep
Hell.
south.
The deep south. Was that little Nicky? He's like, you're from the south, the deep south. So the dance sequence is awesome. I love that.
She spends the next few minutes basically just exploring the house, and you just hear those.
One thing leads to another.
Awesome
I love
tunes.
hearing that song on the radio now. Like, it's like you'll hear it every once in a while, and then I'm like, oh my god, all I can think about is this scene where she's dancing.
His wieners breaking vases.
Okay, so she starts exploring the house, and she finds the pictures of like the family that have the red Volvo, right? That's where they got their car from, is that she noticed the car. Then you find out in just a little bit that family is behind that door, like slaughtered, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, there's like a pentagram on the ground and they're all dead. Why? What was that about?
I think they're like the human sacrifice. But I also think they serve 2 purposes. I think they serve the purpose of, we need the house, so we need to get rid of the bodies. And 2, because they were over that pentagram, it looked very sacrificial, that maybe that they were sort of hosts to sort of start the
Zach just
process.
came to the realization that it was their house.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Yeah, because at one point she's in a child's bedroom, and the camera even like pushes in on the wallpaper to emphasize that, like,
okay,
wait, why do these people have this room?
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I like that part.
I do also like that when she's in that sort of, I don't know if you would call this really a montage, but when she's kind of exploring the house and doing her thing, she sits down to watch the TV for a bit and the news is on and it's Channel 13 news, which I thought was kind of a cute little touch.
Ooh, nice.
And then they emphasize that again about the lunar eclipse, but they point out that it'll be specifically 2 hours, that there'll be no moon. So there is that, we're getting, I don't know, that's something I liked about this movie because it's a slow burn. And I think it's a little harder to give kind of exposition about what's happening. I thought he does it really cleverly and sparsely, where it feels just natural, but you're getting everything that you need up until that, when everything kind of is revealed in the end.
It's like the opposite of Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
Where the comet is over the Earth for 8
2
days.
weeks.
2 weeks.
The movie lasts
and
3.
4 hours.
Yeah.
And we find out there's Russian invaders and UFOs, and oh my goodness.
Steven. Oh, this is when is this when she sees Victor's van outside?
Yes.
Because I had a note, just for reference, if you're listening to this and you're a villain, there is a monster like etiquette. And I would go so far as to say it's the number one rule of monster etiquette. And it's do not scare someone when they're sitting on the toilet. It's not fair. It's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of robbing you of a potential chase scene. It's making them feel vulnerable and uncomfortable.
But isn't that what a monster would want?
But also, do you not think that they follow some form of etiquette? Like,
I don't think
be vulnerable because you're like doing it, not because you're pooping.
I don't think there's a villain code of ethics. No,
There should be.
There should be.
Some like killers think that they're better because they don't kill children or something and stuff. But they still kill people.
That's like Michael Myers in the 2018 movie. He like butchers all these people. He walks by the baby in the crib. He's like, "You're cool."
Yeah, there you go.
He's like,
I'm a good guy. I don't kill kids.
Michael Myers is like, he's like, you know what? I am a good guy. Despite what people say, like, I know I'm a good guy. I walked right past that baby and didn't do a thing. So yeah, she eats her pizza and then she so this is what threw me off. I feel like she went up to the attic, right?
Which part? When she's exploring?
Yeah. She goes up to the attic and then she hears something behind the door. And then they cut to her all tied up and she's in the basement. Did I just miss that? Did I just mix that up and she actually went down to the basement?
That's a good point. I guess I didn't even register it when I was watching, but
yeah, because she goes up to the attic. She's going up the stairs. Something's behind the door. It starts to come out. A hand starts to open the door. And then she runs down the stairs and she falls because she's getting all drugged up. And
now they do establish in the beginning that Mrs. Ullman is coming out of the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that is set up, but maybe there's just someone upstairs just to be ready for her in case she. Yeah, I don't know. But that also weird narratively.
Oh, I know. That's the staging area. The attic's the staging area.
Crafties.
Crafty.
The old woman is up there.
They're all like, "Oh shit, is it time to go on?"
But we're supposed to be in the basement. They're like last looks.
She's Vincent Ullman's got a plate of carrots and celery with ranch dip. It's like, oh my god, okay, I'm coming.
It cuts to them in the basement, ready with her, and he's got ranch all over his lips. He's like, honey. She's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Satan.
Oh
yeah, he's like, don't use that.
But yeah, so we find out that they are using Samantha as a surrogate.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it would be.
An unwilling surrogate.
An unwilling surrogate to grow the demon seed.
Yeah.
The devil seed.
Satanus. It's Latin for Satan.
And they even make her drink blood, Temple of Doom style.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
And then Short Round comes out and starts hitting her. And she smacks him across the face.
And he says, "Samantha, I love you." fire. Ah.
Oh, I feel like I'm watching the movie.
Wow, yeah, that was great.
And then Tom Noonan's like gonna grab Short Round, and Samantha goes, "Wait, he's mine."
Why is she like a Southern belle all of a sudden?
Wait, he's mine.
Now you wait a minute.
Flowers for
she
little
says-
me.
Then she says, "I'm all right, kid." And then they escape the basement.
There's a whole there's a whole like mine cart roller coaster in the house.
Oh my god! So
She's like, how did I miss this when I got here?
So Short Round, I know this is Willie's line, but Short Round says, "Now let's get out of here." And Samantha says, "Right, all of us." And then it cuts to them dragging Megan's dead body out of the kitchen.
Wait, speaking of Megan, what if back in the pizza shop they're eating the pizza and Megan takes a bite of it and she's like, "This is disgusting." And Sam's like, "This is more than they eat in a month. Eat it. You're embarrassing me." Megan's like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh, dude, man.
All right, well, we lost Casey.
Yep.
She was our
Casey took a break.
sacrifice in the attic.
I fell asleep.
Just like Sam. Okay, we're on.
Yep.
We're back in it.
We're back. Oh, dude. So remind me of the pizza boy's name again. Victor. She gouges out his eye.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
That's how you do
like,
it.
Why? Like, would that be on your guys' list of like go-to
Yes.
defense
Well, when I was a
things to go
kid,
for the eyes?
Yeah.
I was very young.
Okay.
It was 1996, I believe. I think that was the year that James and the Giant Peach came out. Because I went to go see James and the Giant Peach, and I was staying over at my aunt and uncle's house. And my uncle told me, if something ever happens and someone ever tries to attack me, I need to bite their ears off and gouge their eyeballs out. And I was like 8 years old, like, okay.
Yeah. The ear
got
part
it.
is probably a little tough, but the eyes are soft. And
Oh,
not only
right.
are they soft, but it's going to be one of those things that someone, if they're coming after you and you fucking gouge their eyes out, they're probably not going to come after you anymore.
Yeah.
You know, if you're
that
like
makes
punching
sense.
them, they're still going to be like, you know, but
What if you just like kiss them on the lips really quickly? Just to
that
confuse
depends
them.
what kind of person they are.
That's fair. I just like to throw them off. Or like start with like a joke, like knock, knock. They're like, "Oh, who's there?" And then you just run.
Would you not gouge somebody's eyes out, Zach? Is that not what you would think to do?
Well, no, I don't know if I would think to do that. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
in the situation, but
Yeah, I mean, also, this is, you know, but women have to be more, you know, I've definitely thought about what to do in that situation.
Sure,
You kick them in
yeah.
the balls and you gouge their eyes, and then you,
yeah.
oh my God.
So I had a friend of mine who was in the military who told me if someone is attacking you and they do have a penis, you should do everything you can to literally just grab it and rip it off. They said it's the number one way to subdue a man. Because sometimes
Makes
kicking
sense.
them in the balls could activate like adrenaline.
Oh,
So
Sure.
they might be
but
more still capable.
yeah, but
but
if they
if
have their
you-
pants on,
Yeah, but if you rip their balls off,
gonna-
because that's a tender area.
it's going to be
But,
hard
like,
to get
so-
their balls off if they have their pants on.
so if anyone ever attacks you naked,
Yeah.
rip their penis off.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, we're like, take off your pants. And they're like, no, I'm attacking you. Oh, I know.
Not
but
anymore. I've turned this around.
The tables have turned. It's like, no, they haven't. I'm still in charge.
Oh, you know who we failed to mention so far? Like the grandmother character
Yes.
with like the weird face that kind of looked like the fucking guy from Subspecies. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
Was she not in the upstairs room?
She was in like, I think the first time we see her is in the like the sacrifice part where she comes out and she's.
Yeah, but
I would
that
go
she's
so far.
in that room. You guys started making the jokes about them being in there eating carrots and things.
Yeah.
But I
So
think
Crafty's
she's
is
in that
where
room.
Grandma, that was her room.
Oh, like
Yeah.
the attic at Crafty?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel I'm lost because I thought that was the devil.
Maybe it was.
Oh.
And it was like one of those situations where it's like so-and-so's in the attic, in their room, rather. And it's like so-and-so isn't who they're saying it really is. It's actually
So that's kind of what I said in the beginning, and then Zach made me feel stupid.
I did not mean to make you feel stupid.
I know you
just
didn't.
I just thought of a different point.
Because I said it's literally the house of the devil.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought they were like conjuring up the devil with like the lunar eclipse.
Yeah, I think it's both of all of what we're saying. It's the house of the devil because it's where the sacrifice is happening, but also it couldn't have been at a better place because of the location. So it's the most like direct pathway to the devil.
Yeah.
Do you think that the family specifically wanted a house with a Volvo to continue the alliteration? So it's like Vincent, Victor, Volvo.
What are the V's? So V is the Roman numeral 5. And I mean, I've been thinking about this the whole time since we started, right? There's 5 points on a pentagram. Is it that simple? Is there more to this? I don't know.
Ooh, okay.
I've been trying to rack my brain. I've been thinking about maybe
I can only think of the 4 V's, which is their names. Oh, maybe the Victorian house. That's a stretch.
Yeah. But who knows?
But I mean, so is Volvo.
Yeah, but even that, I just meant their names. Since their names all start with V, I was thinking about what could V possibly mean. And all I got was the Roman numeral.
Yeah, because it is a choice.
There's 5 points on a pentagram. There's 5 points on a star, lunar eclipse, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
So if there is, so we don't know the grandma's, I guess it's the grandma. We don't know her first name.
Yeah.
So if there was Vivian, Vincent, Victor,
Victoria.
Victor could be Victoria. Oh, that's only 4. Shoot.
I'm trying to get 5 to make a full star.
Yeah.
Mr. Owen's like, does this count? I couldn't find a 5th person with a V, but I did find a Volvo. The devil's like, sure, it's fine. It's okay, it's fine.
It's fine. It'll do.
Yeah.
So after Samantha escapes the house, let's see, she's killed Vivian. Vivian like takes off her wig and she like doesn't have hair. And then
because that's a sign of the devil.
Yeah. So what's going on with that? What does that have to do with the hair that's in the tub that she finds?
Ooh, good point.
Did she just like make that wig out of like the mother that they just killed out of her hair? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's like, why is her hair falling out?
It takes a long time to make a wig.
Yeah.
So it's probably her hair.
Yeah.
But like, why is it falling out? It was
in
black.
the tub. Were there scissors in the tub? It looked like it was cut off. Maybe I'm just misremembering that.
I don't. Hey, Danny, let's get Ty West on the phone. You got him?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm just typing it. I'm typing it, motioning it like it's a keyboard. Hey, Ty? Yeah, what was up with the hair and the wig? Oh, yeah, House of the Devil.
I don't think he's going to be honest.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks, man. All right, no, you're the best. Best in the West. Am I right? No, I'm just kidding. Sorry about that. No, I'm sorry. No,
you hang up
okay.
first.
I love you. Bye. Yeah. He didn't remember the scene.
Oh, I was afraid of that.
Oh man, that's unfortunate.
He said he's been so focused on the new trilogy he's doing that he actually forgot. And he was like, "Wait, the George Méliès movie?" I was like, "No, your movie from 2009." He's like, "Oh yeah."
Actually, he said Méliès. I heard him.
Yeah. We were a little lost for a second. It took us a second to be like, Méliès? You mean Méliès? I just don't pronounce S's.
Yeah.
It's like my name.
You're
Daniel M.
Daniel.
Cow of the Devil.
Okay, so she kind of like sacrifices herself, I guess, so that the devil's baby or the devil, whichever it is, cannot be born into the world. So she shoots herself in the head and survives. She pulled a Regarding Henry.
What if that's the sequel? Is also the sequel to Regarding Henry?
Casey's like, oh my God.
So those movies exist within the same universe.
I really like the ending of this movie.
Yeah.
I do too. I actually don't remember this being the ending. I remember her dying, but I thought it was just that everything went according to plan. So then when she escaped, I was like, wait a minute. Oh,
really?
This is a happy ending. Okay. Did not expect that. Then she kills herself and then the baby. Yeah.
I specifically remember the nurse at the end rubbing her stomach.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah, so she was not successful in killing herself.
Yeah.
Because the nurse comes in and she says to Samantha, she's like, oh, you're going to be fine. And then she rubs her stomach and she says, both of you.
Yep.
And I was like,
She's talking about the food baby in her belly.
Yeah.
All that pizza.
She's like, you're not pregnant, but we just fed you a lot of food before you went to sleep.
Before you went to sleep.
She had a lot of pizza before she shot herself, Danny.
Yeah. The pizza comes back. What?
Does she give birth to a demon pizza baby?
It's Pizza the Hut.
That's how they keep feeding her pizza. It's the only way that the devil can like come back, is like, it needs to be formed with a food. Like what? Like, well, what's the most like malleable food that'll keep him together? Something with cheese, possibly bread.
Possibly bread. Pizza.
Pizza.
All right. Are you guys ready to talk about our favorite reveals in House of the Devil?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
What's going on here?
I don't see anything anywhere. That's how they get you. They're under the goddamn ground.
Okay, so here's what I got. Vincent on the payphone. Vincent opens the door and shakes Samantha's hand when they get to the house.
Yeah.
We have the stranger who is the pizza boy / Victor. He kills Megan. We find out he's a monster when he shoots Megan in the head. We get Vivian Ullman introducing herself in I think it's like in the living room.
Yeah. Boiler.
And then not until we get to the basement do we see like the sacrifice and we're revealed that all these people are monsters. And then you get the grandmother / devil character. So that's what I have. What do you guys have? Do you guys have any different reveals for House of the Devil?
Yeah, my favorite reveal is actually when she stumbles across the family that was slaughtered in the house. Yeah. Because it shows that the Almonds were really up to something else.
Oh, okay.
That's a great point.
Nice. Yeah. That is a good point. I did not put that together.
Yeah.
Nice. Danny?
Mine's Mr. Ullman when he's at the door.
Okay. Just because he found out it was Tom Noonan playing the character?
Yeah. No, I have social anxiety. So the fact that he answered the door and like, I'm like, oh, you have to talk to him.
Yeah.
No, I just love that. I just love the shot. I love the intro. It feels very classic and classical.
Okay. Yeah.
Just feels cool.
I'm going with the sacrifice scene because the first time I watched this, I didn't see it coming. I didn't know what the deal was. And then it kind of almost in the filmmaking style, and I don't really know how to, can't put my finger on it, but I feel like Ty West starts to like shoot this scene in like a different style of 80s movies, almost like maybe like late 70s, early 80s, like exploitation movies.
Feels really overexposed and
where it was like real gritty and low budget and they just did shit. So I love kind of like the shift a little bit in terms of like camera work and lighting and all that stuff. So I'm going to go with the sacrifice scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good picks, y'all.
Well, now, as you all know, it is time for a segment that we like to call The Real Monster.
No. Oh.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
You're a monster.
I'm not the monster here. You are. You and the rest of that fairy tale trash poisoning my perfect world. Now tell me, where are the others?
Eat me.
I have a few. My number one is, to bring it back to a classic real monster in our podcast, is yet again capitalism. You know, if Sam wasn't so desperate for money, she'd still be alive. Or else she's still alive, but she'd still be without child.
Yeah. How do we know that the almonds drive to bring, you know, the demon baby or Satan's baby or Satan himself? That probably had to do with capitalism as well.
Mm-hmm.
He probably offered them something that they couldn't refuse.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also have every single male guy in this movie. There's not
Like
one
the male guy, like
male
the guy
character.
who brings the mail, or
Yeah, the postman.
okay.
The postman.
Yeah.
So you got the roommate's lover,
The hookup.
the
Yep.
hookup.
Victor.
You get Victor, Vincent. Is that it?
And I guess the pizza guy was Victor, so that's the same
Yeah.
thing. And the devil's not too kind in this movie.
True.
So I would argue, yeah, all the men are just terrible. Sam is my third choice for Real Monster for turning off Frightmare Theater. If I was up late at night eating chocolate and pizza in an old creepy Victorian house, and the news turned off, and was before turning off was setting up Frightmare Theater, which ended up being a showing of the Night of the Living Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry, Sam deserved everything.
Why would you even go exploring the house? Just
Exactly.
sit your ass on the sofa.
They would get home, I'd be passed out after being drugged by the pizza, but like a smile on my face. My fourth, and was originally my final until earlier, I added another one to the list, is anyone who holds pizza boxes vertically.
Oh,
The second she gets the
goodness.
pizza,
Yes.
just put it down. Or like, you can still hold it
down.
correctly.
Yeah, she like hugs
Put it
like,
down now!
put that pizza down now.
Put that pizza down!
Who told you you could eat my pizza?
Wow.
That was a terrible impression.
No, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not cool, man.
Yeah.
And my fifth, it was just it was actually me, my penis for breaking things.
Of course. What a curse.
What a
Actually, when
curse.
when I worked in restaurants, I knocked a lot of stuff over with my ass in the walk-in. So, true story.
Hey, we all have our. Is that a strength? Is that a?
I
You don't know,
spilled so
it's-
much salsa.
Oh no.
This ass spill. Wait, no, that doesn't sound cool anymore. My ass spilled so much salsa. Sounds like the worst euphemism.
Yes,
Oh
it does.
no.
My real monster is actually pizza, because pizza should never not be good.
Yeah.
It just
Also,
brings-
should never have pepperoni. I think that's the worst topping ever.
Well, you know,
Oh,
I'm
really?
just
Okay.
a cheese gal, or pickle. I do love a good pickle pizza, but
I love a margarita.
I do love a margarita pizza.
Oh,
But pizza should never be bad. It brings such joy, and
Yeah.
yeah, how
that's,
do you
that's
fuck
all
up
I have
pizza?
to say about that.
You can fuck up pizza. I've
You
had some
can.
bad pizza.
You can. I've had bad pizza too, but it should never be bad.
That's my one regret from moving away from the East Coast is there is good pizza out here, you know, despite all like the stereotypes, but it's few and far between.
Dude, I've had the best
Okay.
pizza I've ever had is where I live now.
Really?
Oh my god! I mean, except for I'm gonna sound like like a bitch, but except for Italy when I was in Italy. But
Yeah.
like the best pizza I've ever had besides Italy, yeah.
Where in Italy did you go?
Oh, Rome,
Oh.
Assisi, Capri, Venice, Pisa. I think that's it.
No, it's pronounced pizza.
Pizza.
It's
We're talking
cheese
about
pizza, Casey.
about pizza.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
And it's not Rome, it's ravioli.
Ah, ravioli.
Yeah. you got that.
Ravioli.
Now we're speaking Italian.
There
Now
you
we're
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just like the stepfather. Hey, yeah.
Who am I here?
It's a ravioli.
Or Christopher Walken doing a Stephen King impression.
The crust is gonna break.
The crust is gonna break. All right, so I've got a few real monsters as well. First and foremost, college dorms / college roommates.
Man,
Just a bad situation.
it's so weird.
What's weird about throwing two pubescent strangers into a room that they have to share for a year while they're struggling with one of the most difficult chapters in their life?
Yeah,
Right?
a 10 by
It just
10
seems-
room. A room
Yeah.
the size of a freaking prison cell.
Yeah, it's kind of like a prison,
We got walked in on one time.
like by your RA.
No, by a roommate.
Oh,
Like in
like
the
you
middle
got
of-
walked in on while
In
you
the
were
middle of the act, and like
while
the
you were
roommate,
breaking
like, heard like
vases.
the door
In the middle of
unlocking
the
and like opening up, and then we were like, "Sorry," and she just like shut the door, and I was like,
Were the
"Oh,
lights
so
off
nice."
at least? Was it like
No,
This is a lights
No.
on. This is a lights on situation.
and it was like right in the middle of the room.
Oh.
Oh, like on the
Not
floor.
not even. No.
Oh,
Was it
Like-
one big bed?
Zach's like, here's what I'm thinking. Let's drag that mattress over here. I got a thing. I don't like walls. I don't like to bang into walls. It happens too often. I like an open space, like an arena.
Hey, let's move
Have you
the
watched
bunk beds.
WWE? Like
Move the
that.
bunk beds into the middle of the room.
There's so much more room for activities.
All right, you take the top bunk. I'll
No
take the
power
bottom.
tools.
Let's do this.
Okay, so college dorms, roommates. My second real monster is Samantha for wasting water.
Yeah.
She goes into the bathroom in her college. It's a public bathroom in her college dorm somewhere. And she flips on all of the faucets, not so she can go poop,
Yeah, I thought she was
just so she
blocking
can,
out, like,
just so she can cry.
poop sounds.
See, you would think, but no, she just wanted to cry. Like, come on, you're in college.
Would she have
people cry.
been? Would you still have her on the list if she was just trying to poop?
Yes, but I would have been. It still would have been a monster, but I would have been a little bit more.
She probably should
I
have done it
get
at the
it.
same time.
Yeah. Maybe
She could
what
have
if
knocked out two birds with one stone.
Right? Yeah.
Cried while she was shitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What if
Then she
went
has to
single-
go back.
Okay,
shit.
what about single faucet, no shitting, still crying? Or do you need the poop, the cry, and the single faucet, or no faucet?
Just cry.
Maybe the crying.
But you
can
need
over-
the.
she
you need
cried
the
loud
cry.
enough, you wouldn't hear the pooping.
Yeah, you need the crying to cover up the sound
Yeah.
of pooping. My third real monster is
Shitting and wailing. Ah, ah.
other real monster. My third real monster is the cost of pizza. We all had pizza in some form of real monster. She paid $8 for a pizza delivery of a medium pizza. I recently just got Domino's. We got Domino's like last week. $23 for delivery of one medium pizza. $20,
Which is insane because we previously established that pizza is only bread, cheese, and sauce.
Guys, I got a secret for you.
Wow.
It's this place called Little Caesars.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
I'm pulling out my notepad and I'm writing it down.
Write it down.
Keep
625.
talking.
625
Good Lord.
for a
And
large.
my final real monster.
Jesus. And now now I'm suspicious.
Yeah.
Now they've crossed, you can go too far. You can go too low.
I think it's got drugs in it.
My final real monster is actually the tagline for this movie,
Yeah.
according to IMDb. Talk on the phone, finish your homework, watch TV, die.
Why would you finish your homework if you're going to die?
Right?
That's ridiculous.
That's how my parents said goodnight to me every night. It was like more of a threat. It's like talk on the phone, do your homework. Is it eat pizza or watch
No,
TV?
watch TV.
Yeah. Watch TV, die. I'm like, good night.
Love you.
Good night. Oh, man. Okay, so that is all that we have for House of the Devil. Do you guys have anything else to add?
No, just
I
if
have
you,
something else to add.
Oh,
I was just going to say, if you liked this, definitely watch the, I guess like it would be considered like a sister movie that leads into the shared sequel, which is Regarding Henry, starring Harrison Ford.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They're basically the same movie, just with different
Essentially.
actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same cast, surprisingly. I don't know if you guys picked up on that. All the same actors.
I thought Samantha's voice was kind of grovelly, kind of.
Yeah, almost Harrison Ford like.
Oh, almost like a Harrison Ford. Yeah.
It was Harrison Ford.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why. It makes sense.
Did you know that Lena Dunham was the 911 operator?
It's funny. I didn't know until I looked it up on IMDb, but yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
That's so
I
funny.
did not know that.
Do
I don't know.
why
I wonder
Lena
if
Dunham?
Makes
Oh, I
sense.
wonder
She's a
if, like,
bitch. What?
something like Greta Gerwig is like, big in like the independent filmmaking world.
Yeah.
And so is Lena Dunham. I wonder if
I
they
feel
had
like
like
they're
some
friends.
connection.
Yeah, they seem
Yeah.
close.
Yeah. So that's it. You guys got anything else?
Avoid pizza for a little while. If it's a lunar eclipse,
It depends. Unless you want to have the devil's baby.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good
Pro-choice
point.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you want the devil's
It's true.
baby, you probably have a higher chance. No, but see that I feel like we're kind of fueling non-consensual sex. So
Boy, I
avoid
just
the
said
pizza.
if you want to.
Yeah, but I was gonna say like then get pizza because like then your chances of confronting the omens increase. But
Someone
I don't know
will
if I
shrug
want to
you.
push that angle. Yeah.
So that concludes our first entry in our occupational hazards triple feature. Casey, what movie are we popping in next?
We're watching Last Shift.
Oh shit.
Last Shift.
Last
Okay.
Shift.
Which was just recently remade, I believe, into Malum,
Yes.
or reimagined, rather.
Yes.
Yeah.
But okay, Last Shift. I've always been curious about Last Shift.
I hope you like it.
Yeah, I hope I do
I've
too.
actually recommended it to quite a few people that really liked it. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Danny, have you seen it yet?
I have not.
Okay.
No, but I am also looking forward to it. All right. Since we're talking about occupational hazards, I have a question for you. Would you guys want to take this job?
in hindsight or
She's
No,
like,
yeah.
up front, no. In hindsight, yes.
correct.
Yeah. If I was
Exactly.
babysitting,
No. But
If I
if I
was
was to
having
have
sex
the
with
devil's
Satan.
baby, yeah.
yeah.
I'm all in. The only child I would ever have.
I mean, you could still escape. That's not to say your fate would be the same as Sam.
No, I wouldn't shoot myself in the head.
No. But maybe leave. Maybe don't eat the pizza.
No, I would eat the pizza.
Okay.
But no pepperoni.
Yeah.
Just cheese, please.
There you go.
I would not take the job. No.
You wouldn't? Where,
Even
Knowing,
if you were
knowing
desperate.
the ending,
you don't want to have a devil baby out of your butthole?
But if,
I don't want to pull a junior.
what if you were as desperate as Sam and you were in her
You needed that
exact
$400.
situation? Yeah, that 400.
But I still knew that I was going to get impregnated by the devil.
You still knew that it was
Babe with the devils.
possible, and that it was something that you could still.
There's a
prevent.
chance if I didn't escape, there would be a chance.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, Zach, how are you gonna make Dee Wallace happy? How are you gonna pay her?
How are you going to pay your $300 rent, Zach?
I know she's got
Win
money
the dog
just
fights.
like piling up for. Well, she's got money coming in from the dog fights, but unless you start, that's the sequel. Sam gets out and she has to join the dog fighting ring just to pay her landlady back. She's like, at the very end in the close credit scene, Sam's like, I couldn't get your money, and she's like, okay, all right.
Oh my God.
I don't want your money. And she's like, what do you mean you don't want my money? She's like, well, you got to do something for me. And all of a sudden it cuts to, they're at this dog thing. And she's like, and then Dee Wallace looks at the camera, but she's really looking at Sam and she's like, fight. And then it cuts to black. And you hear like, as like the credits finish.
Nice. So, in regarding Henry, they get a puppy.
Is Dee Wallace in regarding Henry?
She may as well.
How
No.
did we get here? Stop.
Wait, I want to hear about this puppy. Because to answer your question, yes, it does become the worldwide dogfighting champion.
Okay. I just wanted to be.
It does get there when by the time the ends of the shared sequel end, it ties everything back into regarding Henry.
Gotcha.
And then you find out, no, never mind. It was the dog's dad who was the one who shot Harrison Ford in the beginning. So you find out that it all links back.
The dog's
and then Harrison Ford's daughter has to live with that, being like, I can't believe like I raised this dog not only to become this fighter, but like part of the family and his parent. So it's all about like lineage and like the sins of our father and the bad seed, which is ironic because it's all about the devil being born and House of the Devil.
Dude.
Yeah. Almost too many themes in the movie.
Yeah.
But
it's getting a little overboard.
It's worth a watch. But to answer your
Almost.
question, I guess to answer my question, yeah, I would take the job.
Good. Perfect.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So next episode, Last Shift. You do not want to miss that.
Yeah. You don't want to be late for your shift.
You don't want to be late for that shift because it's going to be your last, or it's the last. I don't fucking know. We'll find out. But until then, find us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at How I Met Your Monster, and on Twitter at I Met Your Monster. Where can our listeners find you two on social media?
All right, I'm going to be honest. I only use Instagram, okay? So find me on Instagram at WolfMotherCasey.
Yeah, you can just find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Danny Salem. It's just Danny and my last name, Salem, S-A-L-E-M-M-E. 2 M's, like the candy, melt in your butt, not in your hand.
Wonderful. But we don't pronounce the S in Salem, so it's Danny
No,
LM.
it is Danny LM.
But there's still 2 M&Ms. So,
Yes.
well, 1 M&M.
1 M&M, 2 letters, 3 hosts, 1 great
1
show.
butt.
1 butt.
One big
we're
juicy
part of
butt.
a society little cult that they have.
Oh, man. Okay. And you can find me on social media at Zach Winsick. And until next time, thank you all for listening. Now go meet some monsters.